Monroe. Monroe. I'm perplexed by what's happening. This is more excitement than we've had on the vlog in a long time. I hope you know that. Here comes TU Cat. The goose on the loose. Well, alright, here's something I haven't tried before. The DSLR in the car. Hey, look at that! I rhymed to start the next vlog. That sun's pretty warm. And very bright. So, I'm not sure how this camera is going to go as far as staying on my dashboard, but I guess we'll find out. It's probably going to bounce around quite a bit. Looks like it is. I'm trying to shove it back against the dash thing as much as I can. I'm also kind of having to contend with the fact that I'm going to be going in and out of direct sunlight probably while I'm driving, and I don't want everything to be completely washed out if the sun should hit my face. So that's the thing I'm contending with as well. See what I mean? Alright, so the start of a new vlog. I'm on my way to a meeting this afternoon, I guess, at this point. The morning is well past us. So, yeah, day's going fast. Got some emails done this morning, some, generic work stuff, that kind of thing. Nothing overly exciting by any means, but hey, it's Monday, it's sunny, the weather's beautiful again today. We're getting into that time of year that's my favorite time of year. I just love the fall. You can't beat it as far as weather goes. And the only downside to it is the fact that winter follows. But I don't mind winter that much either. The only time winter really bothers me is if I'm trying to get somewhere and there's a ton of snow. Last year we lucked out, we hardly got any snow. So I have a bad feeling that our luck is going to run out this year. I don't know, I guess we'll see, but going through a roundabout here, these are always a little hairy. People don't know how to use them very well. But yeah, the weather's just awesome, and that always puts me in a really good mood. Also, today, I'm telling you, the lighting is just all over the place with this camera right now, the way I have it set up, but I'm afraid if I adjust the exposure so that you can see my face, that, my hand and all this stuff up here is just going to be, like, way, way, way too bright, so it is what it is, living in the shadows. So anyway, this meeting's kind of, sort of on the other end of town, but I'm going to continue even further from there because I'm on a mission today. I'm on a mission to obtain moon cakes, or at least one moon cake. It's a particular one that was recommended with like some kind of weird yolk filling, and I don't know. It's apparently like I want to say a Chinese tradition, Chinese New Year maybe? I don't know, I can't remember. I feel bad. It was a conversation that started on Twitter last night between me and A-Data, whoever runs their Twitter account, and a guy on there, Charles. We were all tweeting back and forth, and it turned into a whole thing because A-Data tweeted out something about eating mooncakes, and then Charles replied, and I got in on it. And it just escalated and ended up with me on a mission to hunt some down. And I'm told that you can get them at Whole Foods. So I'm going to put that to the test and see if that's actually true. And I'm going to try to hunt these things down at Whole Foods today because, strangely enough, the meeting I'm going to happens to be near a Whole Foods. So I'm hoping that that works out and I'm able to procure at least one of these things. I don't know how big these are either. They're always usually referred to in the plural. I'm guessing that they're somewhat small given that, but I guess I'll find out if I can find them at all. I'm hoping that they have them available here. I looked on the Whole Foods website and it just had an article that like kind of made mention to it, but it didn't really go into, a whole lot of detail at all. So I don't know. We'll see. But this vlog is going to be a little shorter than most. I think for this one I'm going to shoot for like just a week. Like I'm going to try to get this up. It's Monday now. I'm going to try to have it up by the weekend. And then I may experiment around with possibly going daily. I think I might try it, but I need to get some of my gear more in line and figured out and all that stuff. Traveling around with this big SLR, when I'm in the car and stuff like that, it's just not really that practical. I tell you, every single person I'm getting behind today is turning in really weird places. It's kind of annoying. It's a good thing I'm paying attention because people are just stopping where people usually don't stop in the road. So anyway, yeah, this vlog will probably be about a week, and then I'm playing around with the idea of going daily, just to kind of see how that goes. However, for me to do that, I need to get my gear figured out, and that's kind of been the big hurdle to get over. I really don't like taking the 70D around, you know, places, especially since it's my primary camera. But right now it's all I've got other than the iPhone, and unless I get some kind of attachment for the iPhone that makes using it in a car like this doable, you know, or setting it up on a tripod doable, I don't want to keep using that. So I don't know. I've got to figure something out. I've got to, you know, get some stuff off my iPhone, free up some space, and get an attachment if I'm going to use that. Or I've got to get a Canon handheld point and shoot. You know, I've got to do something, because this just isn't practical to me. I know some vloggers use an SLR as their primary, but for me it just doesn't. It's not the best usage case if I'm doing dailies. I mean, I'll use it in the house and stuff, but I don't like it being in harm's way, basically, is what I'm getting at here. So I would prefer to have like a G7X Mark II, you know, or something like that, or like I said, just get something that converts the iPhone into, you know, something a little bit more usable, because that thing's hard to hold in your hand without dropping as it is. Trying to like set it up places is particularly annoying. So if I had some kind of like a tripod mount, that would definitely help solve some of that problem. The other problem I have with the iPhone is low light is not good. I know that supposedly that's something they fixed on the iPhone 7, but I have no intention of getting an iPhone 7. If anything, I'm going to wait till the 7S, and I might actually, I don't know, I might go to Android. I don't know what I'm going to do, but anyway, the low light's not good is what I'm getting at. See how I always get off on tangents about completely unrelated things? Not being able to record, like, even in the evenings in my house, with just like the standard evening lighting that I use, kind of sucks. I mean, I can do it with the Canon, and the Sony would do it too. There was a lot of noise in the video, but at least I could still record. The iPhone is just, it won't do it. It doesn't want that noise in the video, so it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop down enough to be able to do it. You know, so low light's just not really all that great. Now, when I'm in a well-lit area, the iPhone looks fantastic. The video on that's just so crisp and clear. But I'm not always in a situation like that, so, you know, what are you gonna do? So anyway, that's kind of where I'm going with this, and hopefully you guys like it. I left some comments in the last TUVlog. This is technically TUVlog 23 now. So that one was 22, and near the end I left that question. So I'm curious to see, as this week goes on, how the answer to that plays out. But we'll see. I'm getting close to the freeway now, and I don't like to be even the slightest bit distracted on the freeway, so I'm going to cut this short for now. But I'll check back in when I'm off on my moon cake. I keep wanting to say moon pie, because that's a thing in the South, and I worked with some Southern people. But the moon cake adventure, as soon as I have that rocking and rolling after my meeting, I'll check back in, let you know how that goes. Am I actually going to make this light? I just barely did, but I made it. I never make that light. Never. Well, all right, destination 1 has been reached. You can see an exciting office building behind me there. Oh, I got a hair in my mouth. Ugh. It's busy here today. There's usually not that many people here. It's kind of one of those spaces that people can rent out. So, I don't know what's going on today, but a lot of people here. But anyway, once I get done with this meeting, should be an hour or two, I'm not really sure. Then I've got to continue down the same road I'm on right now and just keep going, and I should be getting near the home of the mooncake. Well, all right, so that meeting is over. 2:15, that went well. The person was a little late, so put me a little behind, but not a big deal. Let's see, thank you, iPhone. Traffic is 29 minutes to home. We're not going home. We are not going home. We are going to Whole Foods. Those are, that is a sentence I never thought I would be speaking, is we are going to Whole Foods. I'm not one of those health food junkie kind of people. I'm a junk food junk kind of person. So Where the hell's my Google Maps? There it is. For some reason I can never find that icon, so I'm gonna search Whole Foods. Well, I want directions. Give me directions. Take me to Whole Foods. There's really no winning here. I can take the main interstate around the city, 465, and that's gonna take 19 minutes, or I can stay on 86th Street, that's gonna take 17 minutes. Screw it, we're staying on 86th Street. We're going the 17-minute route. Start navigation. Go 40 feet. Step number 1, go 40 feet. I think I can manage that. All right, gotta plug in the iPhone. Get my jams ready. Got my Pebble on today. I'll tell you, Pebble has updated quite a bit. There's a lot more on Pebble happening as far as features of the watch. I guess maybe they're trying to catch up since the second iteration of the Apple Watch is coming out. I never thought I would admit it, but I'm kind of getting more interested in the Apple Watch just because I feel like it is moving forward at more of a pace than the other stuff out there. However, the Pebble gets like a week of battery life. It doesn't have as cool of a display and it doesn't do quite as much, but it's always on and it has a week-long battery life. That's pretty awesome because the last thing I need is another thing to remember to be charging every day. So there is that. But that was totally off topic. I just happened to look at my watch. So I'm gonna head out. The mooncake extravaganza has begun. I'm pretty sure these things are called mooncakes. I should probably open my Twitter account and look back at that conversation. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in there. Mooncakes. Yep, that's what I'm getting, mooncakes. And I do have, what was the flavor I'm supposed to be looking for? A data. Recommend for you traditional non-frozen lotus filling with egg yolk. So that's what I'm looking for. Traditional non-frozen lotus filling with egg yolk, mooncake. Mission begins. All right, let the mission begin. I've arrived at Whole Foods. Never been to this part of town before that I know of. Now you would think if these were anywhere, they would be over here. Come on, moon pies. Or moon cake. I always get that confused. Where are you, moon cakes? Sandwich cookies. All right, well, unfortunately, the moon cake mission was not a success. I searched high and low. I finally asked somebody behind the counter over by like the cakes and stuff. There's lots of good places to eat here in the shopping center, but I'm gonna be good. Anyway, I asked them about it. They didn't really know what I was talking about, so I don't think they had it. But nonetheless, I did get some snacks. I got some General cookies, and I did get a baguette, so that's always good. I love bread. That's legit. What else did I get? I got some cookies. I'm pretty excited by these. Look at this one. Tell me that doesn't look awesome. Oh. Look. It's filled with chocolate too. That's getting all over me. Wiped on the baguette. These look pretty good and they were highly suggested by the cashier. This baguette's really good. I could sit here and just eat this with some butter. I didn't get a moon cake. That's a letdown. But I did get some other treats. So it wasn't a total wash. And the mission's not over yet. There is a place up here that might have it, and I don't know how far I am from that place. Maybe I should look. I'm not very far. All right, I think I've got it. We're just going Keystone to 96th, and we should be there. Stop number 2 on my journey today. Maybe I should eat my chicken wrap now in the car. Might not be a bad idea. Here's the chicken wrap, in case you're wondering. I am undoubtedly going to make a mess doing this. So I've made it to World Market. I'm going to give this a shot and see if I have any luck here. If they don't have it here, they're not gonna have it anywhere because World Market is where you find the weirdest stuff here. So it was quite a trek all the way up to 116th Street. I'm way on the north side of town and it's 3:50. So I need to get on the road quick or I'm gonna get stuck in rush hour traffic getting all the way back to my side of town. So here we go. All right. We are in the heart of the beast. The belly of the beast. Well, maybe I'll get these. It's something. It gives me something weird to try, I guess. It's like eerily quiet in here. It's weird. A lot of British stuff too. Alright, definitely not having luck with this here. Alright, so no luck. They didn't have it either. Nobody in there knew what I was talking about. Kind of depressing in there. There's not a whole lot going on. Not a lot of people shopping in there. Really quiet. Just kind of weird. Hopefully the air conditioning is not hitting the microphone too much. I'm trying to keep it down. Excuse me. Too much baguette. But yeah, back on the iPhone, the big camera is buried under some stuff. I did get some stuff in there. Sriracha was on sale, so I got that. I had to pick up something oddball since I was at World Market, so I got some mochi. Is that how you say this? I don't know. So I got some of that and some beef stick and some cheese that was also on sale. So it wasn't a total wash, but now I've got to get home. I think I might check and see if any of the stores up here might have the G7X Mark II, since I'm not having any luck finding it online. But I'm guessing if I can't find it online, I'm probably not going to find it in a store. But it's worth checking before I head back, although I'm now getting right into rush hour if I'm not careful. That was quite an afternoon, but hey, it was an adventure. So ended up way on the north side of Indianapolis. Don't usually go up that way a lot. Traffic's kind of crazy up there. There's a lot of construction. There's like really weird like figure 8 roundabouts that you have to go through that are kind of strange. So yeah, just it's a weird part of town. I'm not used to that. So no success, I'm afraid. We failed. I failed. Indianapolis failed as far as mooncakes go. So they didn't have them. World Market didn't have them. Whole Foods didn't have them. Neither place knew what I was talking about, so bummer. But I gave it a shot, so that's all that matters. And I did end up with some interesting stuff. So I'll be trying that out later this evening before. I'll probably snack on it while I'm editing the other vlog and then get some clips of that. But it was fun. Sometimes you just have to have a stupid mission like that and just have something to fill your day. Got my work out of the way this morning, had the afternoon free, so that's what I did. And it was fun. Got parts of town I don't usually go to, got to poke around in stores I don't usually go to, got to do something different. That's what it's all about. You just got to change things up a little bit from time to time. So it was fun. It also got a lot hotter than it was supposed to today. What does it say it is currently? It says it's 79 degrees outside. I don't believe that at all. My car said it was 89. So that's quite a discrepancy. I wonder which one is correct. Let me check my iPhone, see what it has to say about it. iPhone says 79 as well, so certainly feels a lot warmer than that. Maybe it's the sunshine, I don't know. But the car was registering a much higher temp, but it's always off anyway. So yeah, fun times, good times today. It was definitely interesting trying to track those down. So, you know, thanks A-Data for throwing that idea out there. One simple tweet led to an afternoon of adventure. So TU Cat is laying on the floor, giving me a dirty look. I think he wants some attention. You look disgruntled that I've been gone. Putting the baguette to good use. Ah, big bite. It's good. Well, all right. It is time to open more junk mail. So today, got something from Geico. Don't need that. And then the money mailer. The thing that always makes me hungry. The thing I hate about the money mailer is they print on both sides, so I can't even use it for scrap paper, because there's another one that comes, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's similar to this, and it's on matte paper, so you can write on it, and the other side, that flip side's usually blank. Anyway, Papa Joe Jr.'s. Used to love this place. Used to go here all the time when I was a kid. Well, a kid in high school, like 16. And then it went downhill. Los Rancheros. These things make me hungry every time. See, look at that. Tell me that doesn't look money. What is it with the school buses coming around at like 4:15? What? The kids go to school year round and like 9 to 5 anymore, or what's the deal? It's like, I see the school bus in the 4 o'clock hour now. I thought school was supposed to get out at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Anyway, don't need a barn. I sleep fine. AT&T can suck it. Look at this squirrel. Look at this sassy squirrel. Oh, fresh donuts, pastries, and cookies. Where's this place? Oh, it's in Brownsburg? Dang, that one donut. Look at these donuts. China Buffet, new salad bar. Who goes to a salad bar at a Chinese buffet? Any check you could possibly want. Scooby-Doo. My assistant at my last job was super into Scooby-Doo. Like, way more than someone that's 23 years old should be into Scooby-Doo. But she was obsessed. Harry Potter and Scooby-Doo. So, anytime I see Scooby-Doo now, I think of her, but mainly because she was like the only person I knew that was like super into Scooby-Doo. Now myself, I'm a Garfield guy. Garfield through and through. Child of the 80s, Garfield was on like every day. I watched Garfield, and it was always Garfield and Friends, and the and Friends part was crappy because you'd have like a segment that was Garfield and Odie and John and everybody, and then you'd have like, what was it, Happy Acres or something like that. That part sucked. I never liked that part. It was like Sheldon and the rooster and the pig and like no. Not funny. It was never funny. It was always repetitive. I want Garfield. I'm tuning into Garfield for Garfield, not his friends. But anyway, yeah, I mentioned that I was into Garfield, and she said Garfield sucks. So our working relationship was strained from that day forward. It was never the same again. All right, I'm officially editing TUVlog 22. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm not really sure what's going on in Premiere. Any footage that I took with this camera, for some reason, doesn't want to show the date stamp in Premiere Pro. Don't know why. I have date created set as one of the metadata tags to show in my list, and it does it for any of the clips that I had taken on the 70D or the iPhone, but nothing from the, what was this again? WX300. So that's annoying. Not sure why. Thankfully, I just have the list up on my other screen. This is why dual monitors are awesome, because it's showing me date created, date modified, and it's also weird. Date modified is the correct order date in Windows Explorer. Date created is the correct order date in Premiere, but date created in Windows Explorer is the date that you created the file in Windows. I don't know. Anyway, it's a learning thing. I'm getting used to it. I will get there. So anywho, I'm also enjoying some chocolate-covered coffee beans. Not really sure why. I've been tired today, though. And it says mom owned. So yeah, one of the weird things I picked up at World Market yesterday when I was on my failed mission. They're weird looking though. It says that they're milk chocolate, but they look odd. I don't know. Or it says they're dark chocolate. I'm sorry. Is that right? Yeah, dark chocolate. This doesn't look like dark chocolate. It tastes like dark chocolate though. I will say though, I've had many a chocolate-covered coffee bean in my day. I used to keep a thing of them on my desk at work, if you remember any older vlogs. But, yeah, these don't have that grittiness that chocolate-covered coffee beans usually have. Usually they're really gritty and harsh. These are pretty smooth, I gotta say. I don't know what they did in the roasting process to make them that way, but good. The other thing I need to try still is that, I think it's a Japanese candy pastry-ish thing. It was the substitute for not being able to find mooncake. So, and I still keep wanting to say moon pie because the South. I'm just going to say that. The South. RC Cola and a moon pie. Like this video if you know what I'm talking about. So, anywho, I'm going to keep editing the vlog for a little while here. And then when I go to take my break, I'm going to go grab that and dig in. I've got my lights set up because the 70D isn't super fantastic and low light by any means. Better than this. We've come a long way in just a few years. I know I've been talking a lot about camera stuff, but I think I've decided I'm just going to go with the G7X Mark II. I'm just too used to shooting the vlog on a point-and-shoot camera. And it seems like the video quality is good. I may have to use touch focus on the screen every now and then to get my face. But it does have touch to focus, so that's good. That was one thing about this that drove me crazy. I couldn't see the screen, so I would hold it out, count down from 5, and just hope that it had locked focus on my face. And I had no way of knowing. And then even if I was pointing at something else, there was no way for me to like force focus. Oh, T-Cat's in here. Yep. I had no way to force focus on this really, so you just kind of had to wait it out, hope for the best. So at least it'll be better than that. But I know that the autofocus on it's not fantastic. I really contemplated the A6300, but the screen doesn't articulate out to be able to see it, which isn't a huge deal because there is an app that you can use on your phone. But by the time all is said and done, in order for me to get a good lens that has good image stabilization, because it seems like the image stabilization in the kit lens from the videos I've seen on that camera, not great, and there's no image stabilization built into that camera at all. So you have to have an optical stabilization, optical steady shot, I think is what Sony calls it. You have to have that in the lens, which, you know, this one, I don't know if it had it or not. I don't think it did, because this was pretty shaky. So anyway, the Canon does a pretty good job of that too. But what I was getting at, I'm at like $2,000 on an A6300. And then I think about that, and I'm like, well, I've already got all this Canon glass. For $2,000, I could get an 80D body only and the G7X Mark II and still have some left over. So I can't justify spending that much money on a camera. It's just not important enough. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, the quality of the vlog I realized was lacking. Okay? I get that. But it wasn't the difference between what I'm going to get off of a G7X Mark II and what I would get off of the A6300. It's not a big enough difference to warrant spending what I could get 2 cameras for. I could get a second DSLR and make that my primary vlogging camera for, you know, shots from sitting down talking like this, and then have the G7X Mark II for walking around. The only benefit to the A6300 would be that I could use an external microphone. I wouldn't have to use the internal mic, but it's not great. But for the portability and just being able to use a point and shoot again, to me, it's worth it. So, can you hear that lawnmower? That was Facebook. But for real, it's constant noise around here lately. It's either the house that's being built over there, it's those people working on their endless house project that's been going on for weeks now. I'm editing the TUVlog, and I was making reference to them being noisy back on September 1st. And they were at it for a week before then. They've been doing it for like a month now, basically. Now people are mowing their grass. It's like the third person near me to mow their grass today. It's getting very annoying. Thankfully, I didn't have any videos to record today. But honestly, in like the last 2 weeks, I've had a really hard time finding windows to record videos where there wasn't a bunch of sound happening that the microphone could pick up. Very annoying. I'm kind of looking forward to winter just for that. At least it's quiet outside. It's 11:45 and I'm still editing the vlog. I've got, I feel like there's something on my face. Oh, so many more clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more clips. Hour and 20 minutes into it. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with simply because I had so many different cameras going. The iPhone I found was losing sync between the video and the audio. Like, what the hell is that? How does the iPhone lose audio sync? And it only did it on some clips. So that's weird. Not going to use the iPhone anymore. Pretty much sold on the G7X Mark II at this point because this isn't going to cut it. Not going to work. So, remember that cookie I took a bite out of the other day? Still here. Put them in the fridge because they were starting to melt. Still kind of melting on me. But anyway, little midnight snack. I really should have got a napkin. Midnight snack. Also have a wedge of cheese. See, I took a bite out of that. And a spicy Italian beef stick. So, eating healthy, right? That's out the window today. I just want something I can munch on while I'm editing. See, it was softer than I anticipated. Just wanted to show my gourmet dinner at this point. Still haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm gonna have some leftovers as soon as I get the vlog encoding and all that stuff. And before I do that, I'm also gonna try those weird Japanese treat things. So anyway, gonna get the vlog. You hear my nose is whistling. I'm gonna get the vlog finished up, edited, ready to go. Then we'll try some treats. Then I'll eat a legit dinner while the vlog is doing its calculations and compressing, which I have a feeling might take a while this time because I'm throwing a lot at Premiere here with all these different formats. So, gotta get it done. Got my snacks ready to rock. Hour and 37 minutes. All right. That seems more manageable. Hour 37 minutes. I need to get these down in size. So going to a week should help, I hope. That's my goal at least. Just take this in baby steps. And then maybe a more regular basis. We'll see. Anyway, so I've got this as promised. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce this because I have no idea, and I'm just going to get made fun of. So all I know is somewhere on this, it said something about strawberries. It might have been on the UPC. So I don't actually know what I'm getting here. I think I'm just hoping that the UPC code was correct. Fancy. I feel like this is a love-hate kind of thing. I know one of the flavors was green tea. I should have brought scissors in here. Alright, I got it open. All I gotta do is get one of these out. This doesn't look like the pack. Well, it kind of does. Oh boy, I'm losing it. It's going away. They're heavy. They're heavier than I thought they would be. Okay, I don't know what's on the outside. Is this powdered sugar? I don't know what this is, but it's pretty good. I like it. It's sweet, but not too sweet. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat dinner now at 1:45 a.m. I got wrapped up in the vlog. I had to get it edited. I wanted to get it out there. I'm trying to push content more. As you probably noticed since I brought the channel back, I'm really pushing to get more content out there, and I really enjoy the vlogs. I really keep using a lot of inflections, I'm not sure why. But I do. I enjoy the vlogs a lot. The interaction I get from people with the vlogs, there's too many ads here. It's just great. It's to a higher caliber than what I get from just the review videos. Stuff settles like a rock. But yeah, the interaction is just freaking awesome. And it's better than I get on the video reviews. I get way more views on some of my videos, especially the builds and stuff. But the vlogs they really mean something to me on this channel. I know that I'm speaking to certain people in particular too when I'm doing this, because I know there's a core audience that always watches this, and that's really special to me. And you know who you are, all of you. Those that have been around from the very beginning of the TUVlogs especially, it's a real special thing to be able to do it, and to know that even just a small teeny amount of you watch, that it really means a lot. And for some reason, that's why I really hold these vlogs in a particularly special place to me on the channel. And it's the thing that drives the channel for me more than anything is this. So I want to get more of these out. I want to do these on a more regular basis. I want to put more content out there in this kind of format, because this is what I really enjoy. And I think that's what YouTube is all about, is finding what you really like doing on your channel, finding your niche, and kind of getting in there and doing what you like to do. Because if you're not having fun with it, then you're not doing it right. All right, feeling good this morning. It is already Wednesday. I cannot believe the week is going by as quickly as it has. I will say, TUVlog 22 was not fun to upload. So I recorded the clip last night, tasting these. And during that time, I was encoding TUVlog 22. Now, here's the thing. Premiere Pro said that it estimated it was going to take about 45 minutes to export that at 1080, 30 frames per second. I'm like, it's pretty generous considering it was about an hour and 40-minute long video, but okay. It also said it would be about 5 gigabytes the way I had it set to compress. Well, it took an hour and a half for Premiere to render it, and it came out to 9 gigabytes. So I don't think Premiere understood what was happening in the timeline this time, since I had 3 different video formats in there. So anyway, I'm like, okay, that's a pretty big file, but whatever. It's late. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning at this point. I'm like, I should have all the bandwidth in the world available to me. Went to upload it. It was going up at 12 megabits per second. No issues there. For some reason, usually like my router or my internet or something does a good job of maintaining a good quality of service on the connection automatically while it's uploading something. Well, this time it did not, and my internet went basically down during the time I was uploading this. So I went into my router settings to see what the hell was going on, and I was uploading at 12 to 12 and a half megabits per second, which is way faster than my connection is set. It's supposed to cap at 10, so it was draining every ounce of bandwidth I had on my connection, every little ounce. So I was like, well, that's not good, because I still wanted to do some other stuff online before I went to bed. So I went back to the computer, and all of a sudden I noticed that before I did that, my wireless connection was dropping in and out. Then I noticed my router was freaking out. So I had to reset the router, reset the modem, reset the computer because it was a Windows update pending, and the computer was starting to get real wonky because I had been putting it off. So once I did all of that, then the computer finally, or YouTube did the upload like it usually does, and it didn't completely suck up all my bandwidth. But it was a whole thing trying to get it uploaded. It didn't get done until 7 o'clock this morning is I believe when the upload finished, because there were 2 hours left to go when I went to bed, and that was really late at this point at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I hope you enjoy TUVlog 22 because it was a bear to get uploaded. It was a long edit. It was a long upload. The whole process was just long. Oh, also, last night, I ended up ordering a camera. Finally. Got the Canon G7X Mark II. Finally found it in stock. So I've got that coming. What else did I order with it? Oh, I ordered a bunch of the Phil Collins albums. I knew I was going to. I didn't order all of them because I want to save some stuff for my birthday. But I did get some of them. So there's that. But yeah, the camera is supposed to be here Friday, I think. Today's Wednesday. I think the camera's supposed to be here Friday. And the CDs, and the memory card. I got a memory card too. Is supposed to be here tomorrow. So with Amazon, you never know. It could show up today. It could show up tomorrow. It could show up Friday. It could show up Saturday. Because the camera's coming from like one of their third-party vendors. So Amazon said they weren't going to have it in stock for quite a while. Like 2 to 4 weeks. So anyway, at least I got that solved, so I don't have to use the 70D all the time anymore. I don't mind using it sometimes for some clips, but it's just not, it's not conducive to when I'm in the car or when I want to run and gun, just like go to my parents, maybe get some video or shots of their cats. My parents don't like to be, this is actually in the Q&A, I'm going to address it there, but they don't like to be on camera. I figure it's a nice night out. I'm going to take another walk. Sun's already kind of setting, as you can see. But it's absolutely beautiful outside. So let's do it. Ooh, look at the moon. Look at that hog. Just still geeking out over that sunset. I think it looks nice when people light up their trees like that. Really is just a lovely night outside for a walk. I love going out in the fall, the spring and the fall really, when it's just nice. And there's that little bit of crispness to the air that you can feel coming in as night falls. You know, it's warm during the day, then it's, you know, kind of cool at night. That transitional period, I really enjoy that. Everybody's house lights are kind of coming on. You get that twilight. It's nice. The moon is going to be really bright tonight. That iPhone zoom. And back home, just as the sun's going down. I mean, I don't mean to geek out over sunset or anything here, but I mean, look at that. Come on. Yes, I'm showing the flowers again. I spent a lot of time putting these in, so I feel like they need as much camera time as possible. Look at these things. They went nuts. Of course, I don't think I ever showed these when I first planted them, but this was not this, trust me. There's a goose on the loose. Mr. Gnome's got the night watch. The goose on the loose. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting patiently on YouTube. TUVlog 22 is being very stubborn. It does not want to post for some reason. Also, in case anybody's wondering, you may or may not recognize that painting. That's the painting from Goodfellas. Like if you like that movie. Great movie. Amazing movie. The sunset tonight. Like I said, I don't usually geek out about sunsets, but come on. That was a nice sunset. That was a great sunset. So totally worth it. It's like it's that time of year where it's kind of hot during the day and then like in the 60s at night. So when you hit that twilight period, it's like starting to transition over. So the air is still a little bit warm, but the breeze is a little crisp. So anywho, TUVlog will probably go live tonight, but I'm gonna guess somewhere between 9 and 11 o'clock because once processing is complete, then I have to wait a little bit for the HD processing to complete in the background. Considering how much trouble I went through dealing with the cameras on this one. I don't want to post it until it's HD processed. 175 comments held for review. I don't want to go in there. 21,820 subs. Cool. What's my actual sub count? Yep, 21,820. You guys are awesome. I'm looking forward to that 25 mark. 25,000 is going to be a big deal for me. Quarter of the way to 100,000. So I'm hoping I can be a little more regular with the content, and that will bring even more people into this community. So probably going to be a lot more of the vlogging style stuff, me just kind of running my mouth off about things. Like, for example, today I saw that Monoprice had keyboards on sale, $44.99 for full mechanical. So I've been giving some thought to getting one of those with Cherry MX red switches, because I haven't tried those yet. Then I'll have tried brown, blue, red, and Romer G. So I feel like I've kind of got the full experience at that point. Not that Romer G has anything really to do with the MX switches, but still, I want to try red. I haven't tried red yet. I already know how blue feels. I like blue. It's just a little too clicky for me. Brown's the sweet spot for me, but I'm curious about red, and for 45 bucks. Plus, it wouldn't be bad to have that keyboard because it falls in the same price point as the one I'm going to be looking at that First Player company sent. And I think they might have a problem on this one, because if you can get a Cherry MX switch for the same price, I'm always going to recommend going with the Cherry MX switch. That's just me, but I'm biased towards those. Not the most exciting evening, but getting that walk-in was nice. It was short, but it was nice. It's always good to get outside, get some fresh air, and once it cools down a little bit more, I can open the windows, and TUCat will be very happy with that. My Phil Collins obsession continues. I'm actually watching a documentary on Netflix from when he was on his first Final Farewell tour, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know. I get obsessed with stuff. You've probably figured that out on this channel, considering the camera obsession of the last vlog, but I get obsessed with things. So Phil Collins right now is like kind of on the forefront of my mind. So of course I'm consuming everything Phil Collins right now until I bore of it, and then I'll move on to something else. But right now I haven't gotten bored of it, so I'm gonna go back and watch more of that and eat some cookies. I've still got some of those cookies left from when I went to Whole Foods. And here's another thing, Whole Foods. This goes to show you how my eating habits aren't very healthy. Only I would go to Whole Foods and walk out with a loaf of baguette bread and 4 cookies. That's what I took from Whole Foods. It's supposed to be a healthy place. I walk out with bread and cookies. I think I'm really giving it a serious thought, try going daily with these vlogs and actually trying to lose weight while I'm doing that. So show what I'm eating, kind of keep track of, being more active and that kind of stuff. I think if I'm doing a daily vlog and I'm incorporating that into it, that I will be more accountable for actually doing those things. Because I need to lose weight. I need to get healthy again. I wasn't doing anything on YouTube at the time, but back in 2011, I was down a lot in weight. Like right now, I weigh like 187, 188. 6 foot tall, but I'm small boned. So I'm carrying all of the fat in my stomach area, and some down here too, especially if you go back and watch my early videos. I didn't have this so much. So my doctor said he would feel good if I was at 165, given my build type and all that stuff. So I have about 20 pounds to lose to really kind of get to that range. So I would like to lose those 20 pounds and maybe share that experience with you. So if you're interested in that, I'm really seriously considering it. So throwing that out there, thinking out loud, that's what the vlog's all about. TUCat's reign of terror continues. He threw up again today. And now he's just sleeping it off. Some seriously bright sunlight coming in here. I'm telling you, the lighting in this house is a little bit of an issue when I'm trying to go natural lighting, because there's not a whole lot over here in this direction as far as light. As a matter of fact, the entire south-facing section of my house, with the exception of my office, has no windows. So everything's north, and I've got one window east here. But in the main living area, it's all light coming from the north. All right, so the mail today was a little bit more exciting. There was the usual crap that I get in the mail, but I did have an Amazon package come. Unfortunately, it's not the G7X Mark II, but it is still good stuff. It's pretty much everything but the G7X Mark II. Okay. It's falling. It's falling. All right, so Phil Collins time. Hello, I Must Be Going. Of course, the classic, Face Value. No jacket required. The Often Forgotten About Both Sides. And But Seriously. So yeah, these are all the remaster editions, reshot, new covers. And then the second disc is all of his live performances as well. So pretty cool. I went a little bit crazy, but honestly, CDs anymore are so cheap that even the 2 disc sets weren't very much. Some of these, actually, the MP3 version was more expensive. It's the want it now generation. Good white balance card, I guess, if I was doing that. Easy open packaging. Fail. Let's try it again. Better. This should be a 64 gig memory card. And there it is. Extreme Pro, 64 gigabyte. It's pretty much all I get anymore is the Extreme Pro cards. I mean, it's a little bit overkill for a G7X for video, but they're like $5 more than the other cards, and then I just know I have a good SD card. And it does help battery life from what I've read to have a nice fast SD card, especially if you're doing burst shooting. So it's worth it. If you're already spending 35 or 30, just spend 35. Get the better memory card. Don't cheap out and get some generic brand that's, you know, 80 megabytes per second when you can get 95 with a SanDisk. So just my recommendation. How often do you really buy memory cards? Actually, I buy them quite a bit. So, but still, it's worth it. It's worth it. What else? What else is going on today? You know what I need to do? I need to get this case built. I need to put the computer in here and get that review kind of done, and then I'll have the core components ready for the system to do the switchover in a couple of months at Christmas for my dad, which I can't believe. I mean, we're in the home stretch now. We're like at the over halfway point of September. That's crazy. We're only like 3 weeks away from my birthday now. 3 or 4, I don't know. 3? Yeah. So Christmas is going to be here in like the blink of an eye. So I need to have this ready. Plus I want to get the review done. I also need to hook up the keyboard. May as well look at it. All right, so this is the first player, like actual mechanical keyboard. This is the Fire Rose. Fingers love still, but I think it's the Fire Rose MK3. Now, this keyboard, I'm not 100% sold on this one because it's not using cherry switches. There's just too much crap over here at this point. There's too much going on in here. But it is a big step up from the other one. It's also a big step up in price from the other one. It's just the keyboard, no mouse, and I think it's around $43 or $45, something like that. It is backlit, and the keys are backlit too, which is a nice touch. And they do feel nice. I mean, they're definitely mechanical and they're definitely blue. And the nice thing about this is the keyboard itself, look at that. Normal enter key, normal backspace key. Thank you. Spacebar feels just like the rest of the keys, feels good, feels solid. This actually feels like a mechanical keyboard. It's heavy, it's built well, it's got really solid feet on it. And wow, the screws are very apparent on here too. You can see right there. So that's kind of weird. I think without having used it yet, just touching it, I can already tell you, I have a feeling my conclusion on this is going to be, I like the keyboard. It's a big step up from the other one, but it's also moving into a price range where you have other options. So keep that in mind. That's probably going to be the review. Anyway, enough keyboard chat. I might go over, I'm kind of sore. I think I slept funny today, so I might, I can't fit into my bathtub. It's too small. It's so small that my knees are sticking out of the water and I can't get all the way submerged. It's like it's the cheap bathtubs that come with, you know, production built starter homes. It's not a luxury bath by any means. Plenty of room to shower, not a lot of room to take a bath. So when I need to soak, I just go down the street to my parents' house. They have a nice bath. So that gets the job done. I might do that tonight because I slept kind of weird. My stomach was messed up last night, then I woke up to the lawnmower, and I didn't get a very restful night's sleep last night. So I think I tossed and turned a lot, and that caused me to like kind of contort. So I need some Epsom salt and a nice warm bath, like an old man. Also, it's like 5 o'clock. I haven't really eaten anything today. Ever since I woke up, I'm still feeling a little off. So I haven't really had much of an appetite today, so I don't know. Maybe this is a sign that this is the time to officially start my diet. I mean, starting with a clean slate here. Just saying. What to you, cat? What? I was gone. I was gone. I was gone. Mass panic and hysteria. Oh, look at you. You were upset. You were upset. Yes. Here comes TU Cat. All right, so back from the parents' house. It's a good time. Had a sandwich. Had some ice cream. Had some pretzels. Had some cheese dip. Come to think of it, I ate a lot over there actually, but I hadn't eaten anything all day before I went over there because my stomach was kind of messed up today. But then it did that thing where everything kind of settled down and I got super hungry. So I did that. I took a bath, which was fantastic. Nice, super hot bath. The whole soaking thing, little bubble bath, a little something in there, make it nice. Because like I said in the last vlog, you gotta pamper yourself sometimes. And I was a little sore, so I pampered myself. Now I feel fantastic. These vlogs are not exciting. I'm a little bit worried if I try to go daily with this because this is a day for me, right? Once I get the point and shoot though, I'll be able to show more. My parents don't like to be on the vlog, but I would like to show their cats. They've got like this big Norwegian forest cat. It kind of looks like TU Cat, but way bigger. I've posted him on my Instagram before. It's kind of cool stuff over there. Just more on the road, on the go kind of stuff. Not super conducive to the 7DD. I could take it, but again, it's my only like good camera right now. I don't want any harm to come to it. You'll have to pardon the noise of the washing machine. It's loud, what can I say? I have to keep that door open because TU Cat's litter box is in there. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to you know who you are. I don't know if you wanted me to say on the channel or not, but thank you. I got a gift card tonight for Amazon, and I was able to use it to pre-order the Phil Collins book and the Hits CD that comes out in October. So super pumped about that. I'm really looking forward to that. And it was the perfect amount, covered it, awesome. Thank you so much. Your support means a lot. It really, really does. So now I know I'll have my book and my CD, and right around the time of my birthday too. So just awesome. Thank you so much. All right, TGIF. I can't believe it's Friday again. That's ridiculous. I was just at Friday. I feel like I was just saying this, just having this conversation. But yeah, another week has come and gone. Good week, productive week. I've got the case review coming up for that AI crystal. I'm gonna do a build in that tomorrow. Gonna take a look at a keyboard on Sunday. It's gonna be a nice full weekend. Get some stuff out, get it recorded, get it ready for next week. What else? That case is going to be fun to look at. I'm actually really starting to get geared up for it. Because usually when I do builds, I'm doing them on camera anymore. You know, I'm always doing everything at least in a time lapse or in an actual video. This one, taking a look at the case, and then it's going to just transition over to what it looks like with a finished build. So I get to actually do the build off camera, which is going to be nice. I get to just do it at my own pace and not worry about lighting and cameras and making sure the camera hasn't stopped recording if I'm doing a time lapse or any of that nonsense. So that's going to be fun. I'm actually really looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty enjoyable. So as the day goes on, it's really starting to cloud up. I need to be better about recording in the morning, but I have this routine where I get up and then I go over to my computer, I do what I need to do for a few hours, then I get in the shower and I get my day rolling, unless I have a meeting in the morning. Then I get on here. I need to be better about getting on camera sooner, which I think will be easier once I have the point and shoot, which should be here today. And actually I need to keep a close eye out for the UPS guy because it's starting to cloud up a lot. It was like sunny this morning and like pretty nice, and then it got hot like very quickly. And I checked my phone and I could tell it's going to storm like crazy for two reasons. One, it's currently 86, it's 2:47. The iPhone says at 3 o'clock, it's going to be 73 and storming with a 90% chance. So we're going from 86 to 73 in an hour. It's a 13-degree fall in a very short amount of time. That usually means that it's going to storm like crazy. The weird thing is it drops to 73, then it goes back up to 79 at 8 o'clock, and then by 9 o'clock it's back down to 73. This fall weather is so bizarre, and then there's like a 50% chance it's gonna rain all night long. I don't know. And then tomorrow kind of looks like a washout, which is fine since I've got videos to record tomorrow. And actually that would be good. If it would just rain all day tomorrow, that would be fantastic because I don't have to worry about sound in the background when I'm recording the videos. I've had major issues. This house that's under construction, the people across the street, the guy behind me mowing his grass, everybody mowing their grass, someone's putting up a fence, and another person's got a project going on. So when it's nice out, there's just noise all around me. And normally it's not a big deal. It doesn't bother me that much because I usually have music on or TV or something like that. Or I'm in my office working with my speakers cranked up or my headphones on. But when I'm recording a video, I become very, very much aware of the sound. And it's been pretty out of control lately, like unusual. So if it rains tomorrow, that would actually be perfect. Anyway, I'm going to go get a sandwich a little bit late. I keep eating lunch too late. This is why I don't like, it's the same with editing and just doing side projects. When I get down in front of my computer, I get sucked in and then it's just like I go into like this time machine and I come out and like 6 hours has gone by. So I'm gonna get some eats, I'm gonna wait for my package, and I'm gonna actually start printing out some of the details for that case so I can kind of get an idea how I wanna go through the shoot tomorrow. Then I gotta find all the parts. I gotta dig all those up too, because some of them I'm gonna have to take from another computer, which is fine. So yeah. Well, all right, as expected, the rain was pouring down. It rained hard. Big dark clouds rolling in, lots of wind, very exciting. Lightning, lost power for a while, but UPS came with my camera, and I felt bad for the guy because I could actually see him in his truck parked down the street just waiting out the rain. And when he came to my door to drop off the camera, I actually laughed. I said, "Staying dry?" And he said, "Yeah, I actually had to park my truck." And he was like hiding in the back of his truck because the UPS trucks are open on the side and the rain was just ripping through his truck. So it was really coming down out there. But it's here, so it's time to take a look at this bad boy. Ta-da! There it is. The G7X Mark II. Pretty substantial camera. Let's see here. A little rattly, but not too bad. Got that clicky ring that apparently you can switch to smooth or clicky. I'm gonna leave it on clicky though, because apparently if you accidentally trigger this, it goes into some weird zoom thing. It's got the screen that folds down, or it'll fold all the way up, which is a feature that I really, really appreciate. Was definitely looking for that in a camera for vlogging. So there it is. Trying to put the battery in this bad boy and see how it looks. Should be a pretty similar system to what I'm used to on the Canon now. It's got the auto scene, got the adjustment dial here for compensation, and then you can go into all the different modes. You can do manual, you can do auto. I'll probably just use auto with this camera, to be honest with you. So let's get the battery in there, see how much charge it's got. I'm sure I'm gonna have to charge it. See how much charge we have. First boot, well that was quick. All right, there we go, 436, 916, okay. So that's all set. Let's get out of the menu here. And there's the camera. Whoa. Zoomage. And now we wait. All right, so look at that. The Anities AI crystal case. Now you know that this thing is gonna be a bear if you're not careful when you see that label on it. Tempered glass, handle with care. But for real, it's a beautiful case. And I'm really excited to build in this thing. Really excited. I mean, you can see, look at this. Look how thick that is, 5mm tempered glass, both sides of this case. Now, the only thing that I can see being an issue with this right now, all right, so here's the thing. I think this case is really cool. It's cooler than I thought I was gonna think it was. I didn't anticipate the tempered glass being as beefy as it is. And the case actually has a really solid feel to it. So I think I might actually put my primary build in this. I never thought I would say that. I was super sold on the Fractal Define S. I liked having big frac and little frac. But I think I might do it. I might move the X99 build into this case. It's just so interesting. And I may or may not be getting some cool LED fans to take a look at coming from NZXT. They just put out the release for those. So this would be a really cool case to put those in. But yeah, I have an all-in-one liquid cooler from Corsair coming. I have some cables coming for my Supernova G2 because my only concern right now with this case is the side panel is really close to the motherboard tray on the back side here. So I know already that the cables that I have in that Supernova G2 aren't gonna cut it. It's too thick. In particular, the main motherboard power cable, that there's just too many pins on that. The cable's too thick. So I've got one that has the, you know, the cables that you can kind of lie flat, and they're white. So that's gonna be cool because the motherboard's kind of got a white aesthetic to it, and I've got white memory in there. So kind of have that black and white thing going. Then you have the white LED fans. So yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty cool. I'm actually kind of pumped for it. Well, it's a rainy day. Still raining from last night. I suppose the real question at hand here is, why am I up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday? I really don't know. I just woke up, couldn't fall back asleep, figured may as well get the day started. You know what I feel like I should be doing? I feel like I'm a kid again. I should be watching Saturday morning cartoons. I haven't been up this early on a Saturday morning in a while. You might hear TUcat in this clip. He's pretty riled up. It's his time of night. It's like 11:30-ish, 11:45. Let's talk about this guy, the G7X Mark II. So I just showed earlier in the vlog, I was all excited that I got this. I was really looking forward to having a little handheld point and shoot camera back again to replace the Sony like WX300 or whatever it is that I had from, you know, 2.5 years ago or so. Thanks to you, Cat. I don't know that I ever explained exactly what happened there, but it was sitting on my little Manfrotto tripod, little mini one that I used to like hold it and then set it down. And I had it on the kind of it was my fault. It was too close to the edge on the counter. TUcat flipped out at some point in the middle of the night, knocked it over. The thing was already on its last leg anyway, so can't 100% blame him, but still. Anywho, couldn't remember if I'm not gonna lie, I had Taco Bell and it was a bad call. I couldn't remember if I totally explained that or not, but anywho. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show a clip that I recorded last night where I was just kind of talking about my parents' cat and how he's afraid of thunderstorms because it was storming last night. And my dad left his sunroof open and it was a whole thing. And I was talking about how I did that. That's the clip. Nothing super exciting. But what it does show is the reason that that camera isn't gonna cut it for me. I am very particular about autofocus being not necessarily super fast, but reliable. So what I mean by that is when autofocus gets my face, I want it to keep the focus there. I don't want it to start hunting for no reason. And one of the things that I didn't like about the last Canon point and shoot that I had before I got the Sony that I was using on the vlog was it would get into focus and it would just lose focus for no reason and then hunt back to find it again. Well, unfortunately the same problem happened with my G7X Mark II, and you could faintly actually hear the lens hunting for focus as well. You could kind of hear the motor stepping when it was trying to find focus. So those two things kind of made it a no-go for me. So anyway, I'll show the clip now so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. TUcat, what you doing? TUcat behind me again. Now he's gonna lick my head. This is the thing he does. Are you gonna do it? So anyway, I made an executive decision this morning because I didn't have anything going on that I wasn't going to shave. And Mr. Attention, I think he's feeling better, so that's good. I'm all over the place right now. So I made an executive decision that I wasn't going to shave because it was Friday. I don't have anything going on today, so I figured it'll be all right. Well, now that it's the end of the day, it's kind of starting to feel a little scratchy. It's a little longer than I like at this point. Man, we've got someone here that really, really wants attention. Who texted me? I think it's my mom, but I can't see it because TUcat's on my lap! So yeah, I don't know. I might take a shower tonight just so I can shave. I know it sounds weird, but It's just, I hit a limit with facial hair length, and then I'm just like annoyed by it. And I hit that today. I thought maybe I wouldn't, but I did. I've had people ask me before why I don't grow a beard. There was a time I tried it. It wasn't good. It grew in fine. It just, I don't know. I have issues with getting it shaved, you know, like the line. My face is too round, and I never feel like I get it right. Why am I getting so many texts? Oh, okay. So my parents' cat, they've got this black and white cat. He is terrified of thunderstorms. Absolutely terrified of thunderstorms. So, first things first, let me finish my story. The cat's terrified of thunderstorms. Thunder, in particular, scares the crap out of this cat. And it stormed like crazy earlier today. I got some of it on camera, but it's the storm I showed earlier in the vlog. So she said, zoom in on the photo and look at his expression. Now they've got kind of a cheap smartphone, so the camera's not great, but you can see he's sitting by the cat door, and he's getting ready to run into the basement, and he looks very upset. So anyway, continuing on with this text message, Mr. Tibbs has been sitting like this, looking nervous by the basement door since 9 o'clock. So that leads me to believe more storms might be coming. I thought, I should check the radar. And sure enough, there are strong storms coming from Illinois. See, the cat knows. Now, TU Cat could give a crap less if it storms. As a matter of fact, he usually goes up on his plant shelf when it storms, which is higher ground. So no points go to TU Cat for smart planning on that one. But Mr. Tibbs knows. Their cat goes into the basement. There is no basement here, so there's not really much TU Cat could do anyway. My dad, on the other hand, left his sunroof open today at work. So his car got all full of water during that big storm. I did the same thing, and I think I maybe mentioned it in the vlog back around Christmas, but that's when I was like kind of on a hiatus from the channel. But I went to Taco Bell on December 23rd and got like the Boss Nachos or whatever they were called. And there was like nobody at the office. Everybody's on vacation. So I'm like, this is great. I'm gonna go get these nachos. I'm gonna like rock these nachos. And it was like kind of warm out that day. It was like in the mid 60s or something, if I remember correctly. So I was like really enjoying it. It's like middle, almost late December. It's warm. I had the window down about that far. I'm driving back. I'm like ready to destroy these nachos. I get back to the office. I'm like, nachos, nachos, nachos. Get out of the car, run in with my nachos, eat them. Didn't roll up the window. Later that day, there was a tornado warning. We had a massive storm come through. And just, I mean, the rain was just going sideways. I remember sitting in my office and thinking, that rain is like so strong, it's blowing sideways. Went to get in my car after work, saw the window was down. I'm like, son of a... The thing is, nobody told me my window was down. And there's people that walk. There was a building behind, or there is a building behind the building I used to work in, and people walk back and forth between that all the time. My car was parked right there, and even though there weren't very many people there were people back in that building that came over, were in my office chatting with me, and never said anything. Everybody knew what I drove, so I was very annoyed that nobody noticed my window was down. I'm sure it was an honest mistake. It's not like somebody saw it and was like, I'm not going to tell them. But still, it was annoying. And my car got soaked. Only the one window was down. It was the driver's side window. The rain was coming so hard that there was water all over the inside of the passenger window, all down that door, all over both seats, all over the driver's seat. I was particularly annoyed because it was the day before Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve, I was driving up to Chicago. So I had to sit in this like wet seat the whole way home, try to dry out the car. I like ran the heat in the car in the garage for like half an hour, like full blast. I was trying to air it out. I was trying to soak it up with towels. It resolved itself, but still. My dad's situation seems worse because his was the sunroof being open, but things happen. But I still remember that because my ass was still a little bit wet even on Christmas Eve, driving up to Chicago from that. Where are you going to, you cat? So as you can see, that wasn't great. It was going in and out of focus quite a bit. I even at one point tapped the screen because you can like tap the screen to lock, like I can do it now. I'm not really sure what that even did, to be honest, on the 70D. I don't even know if I can override this. Can I force it to focus on the blinds? Yeah, so I can override focus on the 70D, but then it jumps right back to the face again. So, like for example, on the 70D, it's not going to focus on this because it's focusing on my face. That's what it's designed to do. I can move this around in front of the camera all day, and until it, gets in the plane that goes over my face, then it's going to be out of focus. So you can also hear listen, I'm gonna be completely silent, and all you're gonna hear is the noise floor from this kind of cheap microphone, which by the way I am replacing because I'm not happy with the quality. So you're gonna hear the hiss from that and probably the refrigerator, but you shouldn't hear the lens at all. Totally silent. The other thing I can do with this is where the touch to focus is nice on this one. I can touch to focus and it jumps back to my face again. So I'm kind of used to that. You know, I use that when I need to override the focus on the camera. I figured on the G7X Mark II I could do the same thing and had to flip up screen, touch the screen, boom, it does, you know, the box is around my face the whole time, just like it is now on this screen. So I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna hold the focus. Well, I'm noticing it's not holding focus. So I tap the screen, and then it does like this double box around your face. So I'm like, okay, now it's taking it seriously. It's like it knows I'm kind of pissed. It's gonna stay focused on my face. No, it still kept losing the focus. Now I understand the lighting in that situation, that clip, wasn't great. But I used to record with that cheaper Sony camera in worse light than that, and it did hold focus. The Sony just took a while to get there, but it seemed like once it did, it held it. That being said, the aperture on the Sony wasn't nearly as nice because the sensor wasn't nearly as nice. So the depth of field wasn't really there. So that camera, it wasn't as noticeable if it lost focus. And I took another clip today in bright daylight. It's just a test clip. It was nothing exciting, so I'm not going to show it. But it held the focus a little bit better, but you could see it hunting by looking. Like, see, I just saw arrows come up on the screen here. I don't know, what is that? What do these arrows do? Doing that kind of makes them come up. Anyway, totally off topic here. So anywho, I took video today in a better lighting situation. It was like very nice and bright in here. The sun came out, all that good stuff. And you couldn't really see that it was losing focus on my face by looking at my face. But if you looked at the background, you know, that was coming in and out of focus. It was like doing this, like shifting a lot, and it was very distracting to the video. And it was distracting to me to watch it back. And if it's distracting me, I know others out there watching this, it's going to distract you as well. It's kind of like the thing when audio gets really out of sync in a video and it becomes noticeable, then you can't focus on anything else except for that audio. Or people that say like all the time. Once you figure that out, especially, I took a lot of public speaking classes, so really this is one of the things that like really bothered me. Like, totally, like, what? But you focus on that, you become obsessed with it. And it was one of those things. Like, once I noticed it was doing it, I couldn't stop noticing that it was doing it. So, yeah, between the motor being kind of noisy and that, I just said, okay, I'm gonna cut my losses and return this thing while I can. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do the build, and I think I've decided I am going to switch over my build into the Anades AI crystal case. I'm digging that case. I got the power supply cables coming tomorrow in white. I've got the all-in-one cooler, so everybody that was freaking out about me using air cooling in that X99 build can calm down. It's not gonna be doing that anymore. I'm gonna have the all-in-one in there, so it should be good. It should be good. I'm excited. And NZXT has their new LED fans out. Hopefully I get my hands on some of those because they'd be really fun to play with in that case because they're the RGB LED fans. And I think like Corsair maybe was the only other one to do those so far. I'm not sure, but anyway, it uses their Hue technology and all that stuff. The NZXT thing. You know, they've got that little, is it Q or Hue? I can never remember. I think it's Q. Taco Bell, man, why? Why did I do that? This is why men shouldn't live alone, because we make bad decisions sometimes. Like Taco Bell late at night. Oh, and then tomorrow I'm going over to my parents' house. Maybe I'll sneak another bath in with that. Their bathtub's just so nice. I'm jealous of that tub. Because I'm too tall for non-luxury bathtubs. I'm just too big. And I'm, you know, putting on the weight too, so gotta have enough water to cover up the tum-tum. And then it is dinner tomorrow, and what are we having again? I think it's like a pulled brisket, maybe, on a barbecue pulled brisket on pretzel buns. I think that sounds right. Anyway, I'm excited about it. It sounded good. I got the text message and it was like, do you want to come over for barbecue tomorrow? I'm like, heck yeah! That's not even a question. Don't phrase that as a question. If you're gonna text me asking if I want to come over for free food, don't say, do you want, just say, free food, 6:30. I'm like, I'll be there. All right, guys, Amazon package is here. So I should note, it is 3:15. 3:15 in the afternoon, hence the daylight. I went to bed last night around 1 o'clock, like legit, like fell asleep. Woke up today at 2:30. I slept for 13 and a half hours. That's what happens when I fall behind on sleep. My body's just like, no, we're making that up. So I was out. But anyway, now I got a lot of work to do before I leave for the day. I've got to completely rebuild my computer, and by the time I get started, it'll probably be 4 o'clock in 2.5 hours. So I think I can do it. It's not like it's a crazy case or anything like that as far as the build is concerned, but I've got to get everything out of the fractal and get everything into the entities. So it's going to be a thing, but I think I can make it. Anyway, these are the key components to being able to do that. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, here we go. Now, hopefully everything in here works correctly. Got the Corsair H110i for 2 reasons. One, it's glossy, look at that. One, this was fairly cheap. On Amazon, it was like marked down. I think I paid like maybe 110 bucks for it or something like that. And 2, just reading online, people were saying that the firmware on that particular version of the Corsair coolers is a little bit more flexible. So I went for that one. And then I also got something I didn't think I would ever buy. Let's set this over here. EVGA power cable set. So essentially, that was probably just one big glossy view of my blinds. Oh, you can see the camera too. Anyway, so the reason I got these is because I know that building in this case is going to be cramped just from looking at it on the back side. And the power cables, particularly the like the 24-pin motherboard power cable, have been an issue on the EVGAs, and it was a real issue on the Define Nano S. That was a bear getting everything behind that side panel on that case, because it didn't have nearly as much room as the Define S did. So I know how this is going to go if I don't have flat cables. So, given the white aesthetic of that motherboard and the white LEDs that are in that case, I figured, why not go with some custom white cables? So, there they all are. Let's take one of these bad boys out here. Well, I think I'm taking a couple out, actually. Yeah. Ooh. Smells like electronics. Here you go, SATA cable. So you can see, I'm gonna have to block my face so it's not gonna focus on these. Pretty cool. Is it focusing? I can't see. But yeah, I think those will look nice. So there they are. And you can see that the cables are all free, so I can kind of flatten them out if I have to. That's the idea behind this, being able to kind of get these as flat as possible if I have to. So I've got all of the SATA cables. So we've got VGA, very nice. How many VGA cables? I think they give you enough to do 3-way SLI. They do, they give you 6 8-pin graphics card power connector cables. Oh, nice, that's gonna look slick. Yeah, look at that. All right, CPU and CPU. I keep saying I'm gonna make these vlogs shorter. I'm like, I'm gonna just do a week this time. That'll make it shorter. The only good thing that's made this one a little bit shorter is the G7X kind of hosed me on some of the footage that I took. So some of that won't be in here, but then the commentary on the G7X. And I've done a lot of research on autofocus on that camera, and I've tried every autofocus setting. I've tried upping the ISO. I've tried changing the aperture. I have tried all kinds of stuff as much as I can to try to get that thing to not float on the focus. I can't get it to do it. It would be like if I was filming this clip right now, that umbrella light in the background would literally be like shaking. It'd be coming in and out of focus just a little bit. Manual. Warranty against defects. Ooh, TU Cat's here. Our goods come with guarantees that cannot be excluded under Australian consumer law. Another thing I've been thinking about doing, this is totally like unrelated to this, but you know how my mind is. I think I'm gonna try Ting for my cell phone service. I've been reading up on it a lot. My AT&T bill for 2 gigabytes of data and unlimited text and voice is $100 a month. Now, I know I didn't have a cell phone bill for a long time because it was employer supplied, but $100 a month for that? Are you kidding me? You know, and the really crappy part is when you go in, they're like, oh yeah, it's like the $59 plan. Where does $59 become $97.80? So anyway, I'm gonna try Ting because I don't use a huge amount of voice. I don't use a lot of text messages. I probably send under 500 text easy a month. And my data is typically under a gig because I'm always on Wi-Fi. So what I may do is get an Android phone, get the Ting card, activate that, kind of see how that goes for a month, see like where my bill's gonna be. And then at that point, I'll be able to get everyone acclimated to the fact I've switched numbers. So for like a month, I'll have 2 phones. And then get everybody used to the idea of me switching numbers. Then deactivate the AT&T phone just outright. And then I'm gonna have to pay off the iPhone because that was on like a payment plan. That's what's making my bill a little bit higher. I think I'm paying like $20 a month towards the phone. But still, so you take that, $190.80. I'm still like around, what would my bill be if I took 20 out of it, you know? Like $78, almost $79 a month. You know, I'm not paying just shy of $80 a month for just cell phone service. That just, if I don't have to, I don't want to, because I'm not getting that much for 80 bucks a month. So go in there, pay the iPhone off in cash, sell it, which I'm gonna probably, you know, the other good thing about putting that month buffer in there is all the hoopla over everybody dumping their iPhone 6s will kind of have passed, so the market won't be as flooded, and then I can just keep using whatever Android phone I go with. Anyway, that was a total off-the-wall tangent. Here is the Corsair cooler. Let me get there's a lot of baggage in here. What the hell, Corsair? So there it is. Nothing crazy. Definitely not as solid as the Lictech. It's just nothing's going to be. That was such a nice all-in-one. But it'll work. It'll do. So let me just set that there. And got the mounting. Now this time I need to remember to keep this box because last time I lost the box and totally screwed myself. Because I lost these damn screws right here. The LGA 2011 screws. That's what hosed me on the Lictech. And I'm a little annoyed that their customer support never got back to me either. I still have an open ticket with them. They just won't reply. So that is something to keep in mind if you're thinking about a Lictech thing. And then there's the fans. Nothing extraordinary about those whatsoever. Are these PWM or just DC? Good, PWM. Okay, I was gonna say the Corsair Link, I'm guessing they're PWM. Those plug into this. This plugs into the motherboard. Yeah. Time to get started on this stuff. I gotta get my computer out of the office. It's gonna be a thing. Gonna be switching over to the iPhone, so the audio is gonna get crappy. Just prepare yourself, because this is gonna be mounted on the tripod, and it's a whole thing, so. All right, back from stuff in my face. Remember how I said I was gonna get healthy? There's to you, Kat. I need to really take that seriously. I just actually found out that I have, I think I mentioned, did I mention this in the last clip? Anyway, I found out a friend of mine that I used to work with her when she was an intern. Is that right? Am I that old? You can't. Here, meow for the camera. There you go. But anyway, I'm digressing. She's starting a YouTube channel on like healthy living and some of the things that she's doing and some of the products she's using and things like that. And I mentioned in my vlog that I'm trying to get healthier. So I'm gonna go over there tomorrow actually and help her get started with her YouTube channel. I was asking her some questions today. She's clearly new at this, doesn't really know what she's doing. So she invited me over to have dinner with her and her husband tomorrow and to visit their cats, because they have 2 cats, Monroe and Sully. So TU Cat might get jealous, because I'm gonna be cheating. He's just slamming his head against the wall. What are you doing? So dinner was good. I had 2 barbecue pulled pork sandwiches, not great. French fries, and some green beans, which, you know, wasn't the best thing, but not the worst. So at least one of the things, cat hair, was a vegetable. And I got my bath, so I'm feeling nice and relaxed, but no time for relaxation. I need to get this done because I slept so late today. I'm now behind. All right, so here's the computer as it stands. I got the CPU cooler off, as I mentioned, but still gotta get the rest of the goods out of here. So I actually put this back on, watch out to you, Cat, while I was gone, just in case. So yeah, basically, I gotta get the power supply, you know, out of here, get these cables off so I can use those new braided cables. And then the good news is I can leave the CPU in. I got the CPU out. cleaned all of the gunk off of it, so it's ready to go. The memory modules I don't have to touch. The M2 is already in there, that's good. So, you know, this is kind of already set, so that does speed things up a little bit. One of the reasons I am definitely going to hold on to this case, though, is I love this Define S case. It's a great case. It's sturdy, it's silent, it's nice, and it has the nice options for water cooling with this thing kind of built in, and areas at the bottom if I'm going to put like a pump and things like that. So I got my reservoir area, my pump area, lots of free space here, you know, up here and here. So this is still a very versatile case and one I do see myself possibly going back to someday. But for now, I need to get it buttoned up. All right, coming along. We got this thing torn apart. That took no time at all. It's amazing how much easier it is to tear a computer apart than it is to put one together. You can see, I even practiced some good cable management to store the case. We got everything routed there. TUCats coming in for the action. Everything else in here is ready. Put all of the little shield plates back in. Labeled the screws in their own bag. They're off in this box right now, so I don't lose them. This one's ready to go. Need to put the panels back on here. Put it not in the Define Nano S box, but the Define S box. And then here's everything just spread out. Well, it's all done. And TUCat's here to inspect. And got the monitor hooked up, did a test boot. Everything is awesome, everything works. I did remove the dust filter that was along the top because it kind of bumped up a little bit due to the screws that I had to use for the radiator and the fans. They don't sit totally level, so whatever, you know. The dust filter was kind of also blocking a little bit of the airflow. I noticed when I took it off, I was getting a lot more airflow out of these fans, so that's good for the radiator. So I just figured, what the heck, I'll leave it off, not a big deal. But yeah, the case is very reflective and looks awesome when it's booted up. I mean, look at that. All right, I better start thinking about getting to bed because I've got stuff to do tomorrow. I've got to finish this video, which really I've got to do the part where I'm actually on video. I haven't done any of that yet. Done the voiceover, the B-roll, the build, and this B-roll, but I actually haven't talked about it yet at all. So I got to film that part tomorrow, and then I have dinner and YouTube stuff to do in the evening. So, like other people's YouTube stuff, not my YouTube stuff for once, and some of my YouTube stuff too, because I got to start editing the vlog. A lot going on tomorrow. It's gonna be a busy Monday. All right, so it's like 4 o'clock. I tried to record the video for the conclusion to my review for the AI crystal case. I can't do it. There's too much noise right now. There's people mowing their lawn, mowing the grass all around me. One guy right next to me is using like an industrial lawnmower. What's going on with the lighting in auto mode right now? It's like kind of, I was gonna say, it's one nice thing about recording a video is you got the lighting, but now I'm in auto mode on the camera because I've got all my settings dialed in exactly how I want them from when I'm standing over there. It's a whole thing, but anyway, it's loud, there's lawnmowers, the air conditioning keeps kicking on because it's hot. It's like mid-September and it's hot. And this van keeps going up and down in the street, and when it goes in reverse, it beeps and it's loud. So all this stuff's getting picked up, even in the lavalier. It just wasn't cutting it. I'm gonna have to wait until I get back tonight and do it late and then edit like, you know, at like 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm leaving in like a half an hour, going all the way up to the north side. That being said, I got a package from Amazon today. Already opened it because I'm impatient, but they've got new boxes again. Wish and Poof. I guess it's a thing. I remember they were really into the Minions, some Amazon Kids thing. So yeah, got the Rode Video Mic Pro. So I'm actually gonna hook this up since there's so much noise right now and see what difference this makes with everything happening around me right now. All right, so now the Rode Video Mic Pro is on the camera, so hopefully it's sounding a little bit better at this point. The one thing I remember about the Video Mic Pro that drove me crazy when I used it at work, getting the batteries in that thing is not fun, so I need to make sure I don't forget to turn off the microphone. The other thing that's a little concerning to me is I need to remember to turn on the microphone as well. I don't trust myself. I'm seeing that there's a little speck of dust on the lens there. So yeah, it should be a fun day though. I do have one take of this on card. So I've got that if it comes down to it, but I'm hoping when I get back tonight to just redo the whole thing because when I listen back, you could hear all the background noise. And which is surprising since I was using a lavalier. That tells you just how loud it was, that my lavalier mic picked it up. This is also an interesting little journey I'm going on today because I have to go up to the north side of town, which is usually a 45-minute to an hour thing, but I have a 6 o'clock dinner, and it can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours at rush hour to get to the north side. So I'm thinking I'll leave at like 4:30 and I should be okay. I don't know. 465, interstate that goes around Indy. It's kind of crazy at this time of day. So, I don't know. We'll see. Hope Google Maps sends me in the right direction. All right. Well, I am heading out, finally. So, Google Maps says it's going to take an hour. I feel like it's going to take more than an hour, but we'll see. I've got my map pulled up here. Still saying 59 minutes. I've got my Phil Collins, so I'm set there. So I actually need to get the new CD queued up because I'm getting kind of burnt out on face value. That's the only downside to the old CD. I still haven't ripped these yet because I've got to get out my external CD DVD combo drive thingy to do these via USB because I don't usually use optical media. But for these, I wanted to go all out, so yeah. Now I've got to go and, do some schooling on how to use white balance and light and all kinds of stuff changing here. I'm in auto mode, so God only knows what the camera's gonna do here, but got to school my friend on how to YouTube, because she's new to this, and I'm excited. Now another guy's cutting his grass. I am telling you, it is ruthless today, the number of people cutting their lawn. So I'm gonna hit start here on my navigation so that this stays up. And basically I'm gonna ignore it all the way until I get to the main interstate. That's when I actually need directions. This is going to be a very frustrating drive. This camera's kind of going crazy on me. This is gonna be a mission. I'm heading into the heart of the beast at this time of day to go up where I'm going, but hopefully it's worth it. I haven't seen this person in a long time. Like I said, she was years ago an intern where I used to work, and then we just kind of became friends and stayed in touch ever since because we worked in the same industry and that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, she's working a little far away, so I wasn't able to leave earlier. If we would have done like a 5 o'clock meeting, then I could have left before rush hour for the most part, but 6 o'clock, that's got me on the road right in the middle of it. But you know, that's life. That's life. Sometimes you just gotta deal with things to have fun. So I'm gonna try to get some video. I don't know how she's gonna feel about me lugging the big 70D in there. It might be a little intimidating. I'm gonna try to get some video while I'm over there for the vlog and try to get her cats. That's the one thing we talk about more than anything is cats, strangely enough. I think that's how we became friends. Go figure. But, so I actually haven't met her cats ever, so this will be interesting to see if we get along. Because another friend of mine had a cat named Damien, and that cat was appropriately named because it was the meanest damn cat I have ever met. You know the people that say I don't like cats because cats are mean? My coworker was like that. Well, this is the cat that makes people say that. This cat was awful, just awful. So I'll probably get home pretty late from this, but once I get home, then I'm going to re-record the conclusion portion of the video for the Anades AI crystal case because there was too much noise today to be able to pull it off. I tried, but didn't work out. It was just too noisy. So hopefully at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, it won't be quite as loud. Hope this guy behind me is paying attention. Well, he kind of wasn't, but he did stop in time. Whenever people stop in the road in areas where people don't usually stop in the road, it's always dangerous because if the person isn't paying attention who's behind you, then they can run into you. And with people texting and doing video while driving, That's always a little bit of a concern. Well, I don't want to completely eat up the battery of this camera just while I'm driving, so I think I am going to cut this short once I get through Mr. Roundabout here and pick back up once I get there. There's a dog. There's a dog. There's not usually dogs on the channel.
Aww.
Now his name is Benny, correct?
Yep.
I'm at Devin's house with her and her husband, and we're playing with the animals.
Benny.
Although Benny has chased away Monroe, who's the cat of the family. Well, there's another cat, but he doesn't like me.
Let's go find a key.
We're on an adventure. There he is. Monroe. Oh, you're talking. Look, you're on camera. Look at you. You gonna bite me? You kind of got that look like you could. He's looking at the camera. He doesn't know what to make of it. Do you smell TU cat? I think he does. He's like, this camera's been places.
No, Benny, you gotta go away. Ron, will you make Benny?
The sad part is I feel like I know this room just from all the pictures of the cats you've sent me.
Yeah. This is
I'm like familiar with the layout.
No.
I'm perplexed by what's happening. Whoa!
You gonna do it again?
Does he bite you when he does that, or? That's just fast. See, Willie's too old for this. Now, how old is he? 4?
Yeah.
We're on a mission.
You gotta sit down. Sit.
I mean, he took off earlier. He wasn't happy. We've got a dog trying to intervene here.
Benny, sit down. Okay, again. He doesn't do it if you ruin it. So lay down and stay.
Benny.
Oh, Benny, quit!
He won't come here.
I will pay someone to take him.
You have to post 2 cats for sale though too.
I was gonna say, I don't think Ron's gonna be okay with that deal.
Nope.
The cat's not down for tricks right now. That's more than TU cat does. Is he still upstairs?
Didn't he come down?
I don't know. I just saw him go into the loft.
Sit.
Oh, you got the outlets in the floor. That's nice.
Yeah.
So the cat is terrorizing the bed, apparently. Now,
Come here.
did he claw it? Because Willie did that with my curtains.
Oh, look. There you go. There's your kiki.
Solly. Let me see a little snout. Yeah, that's Willie's go-to. He goes under my bed in the box frame. This cat doesn't like me. Devin?
We tried.
Cat doesn't like me. Dog loves me.
I think you should take him.
I don't want this dog.
Willie would not have it.
I have viewers from all around though. One of the viewers I have that's been watching a long time is from Australia. Big fan of TU cat.
Wow.
So you're being viewed down under. So many expressions. He is really cute.
Cute. Oh, no. Oh, you want to see something funny?
He's so personable.
He's gonna meow and jump in the sink. Ready?
Okay. Oh, he likes water. I think I've seen pictures of this. It's okay. No, he loves it. This would terrify Willie. He hates water. Oh, we got some in your nose, didn't you?
He looks up at it.
And then it goes up his nose.
Right in his nose.
This is more excitement than we've had on the vlog in a long time. I hope you know that. It never gets this wild.
Well, cat's gone wild.
I traveled long and far for this footage, people.
Come here.
Long way from home. The other week I went to Whole Foods up here on the north side to try to find mooncakes, and they didn't have any. It was a week ago today, actually.
Huh.
I was
wouldn't
I was
expect them.
told mooncakes would be at Whole Foods, and there were no mooncakes. And it was from a trusted source.
Look at how wet his face is. He's purring.
He's loving it. Oh yeah, you can see the droplets. So we're trying to figure out your YouTube channel, correct?
Yep.
And you have no idea what it's called?
I don't think I called it anything.
So we can't plug anything yet because we have to figure out what it's called first.
I don't think that I know what I called it.
Also, this is really depressing, this dying rose right here.
These are from 2 weekends ago, and I went to a bridal shower. This is like more than my car payment, the amount of flowers we had there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about that vase. I'm like, that must be some classy crystal.
She had 4 flower arrangements like this.
Anyway, I'm gonna quit vlogging now so we can do.
Yeah. Got shit to do.
Wow, look at the Pebbles update. Sunset in 3 minutes. Pebbles doing weird stuff now. It's like trying to be the Apple Watch, and they're like adding stuff to it, but it keeps updating. Like, every week there's some like massive update. But I can't talk about the Pebble too much because for some reason when I mention the Pebble, people get really hated on my channel. Oh. There's the Pebble haters.
I like Fruity Pebbles.
We're doing it. We're officially posting stuff.
Yeah.
We have a channel set up. I guess we'll show it once the video gets uploaded. You're officially a YouTuber now.
Yay,
how does it feel?
I'm famous.
Some of my vlogs are like 2 hours long. Those take a really long time to process. I've had them take overnight before.
Okay.
Much to the dismay of people, because I usually promise that they're gonna be up on like a given day, and then I go to sleep because I can't wait any longer. Because YouTube, and it will usually hang at 95%. It'll give you like an estimated time remaining, and then it gets 95%, and that's where it hangs. Devin's channel is Feel Good, Do Good. There's her video. So go hit Devin up so she can get to 100 subscribers and can start doing like actual YouTube stuff. So my watch just said, "Hey Rockstar, you walked 2,556 steps today, which is 65% above your average." I haven't been wearing this every day. Devin jumped me for that. She's like, "That's not very much." Very much aware that it's not very much. I went for a walk in my last vlog, damn it. And I think I went for a walk in this one too.
Granted. A little bit, walking around the house chasing the cat.
That, you know. Just bite it out of my hand, man.
I'm concerned why these smell like chocolate.
That's a senior cat. I like how they use a cat that looks like Wilford Brimley. Uh-oh.
You're scratching?
Look who arrived.
Benny, get out of here. Sit. Sit. Benny, I have it still. Yeah, you know I'm gonna go for shake, don't you? Benny. Shake. You're just a bad dog.
I don't know that that was a shake so much as just a panic.
Down. Leave it.
He just totally bit.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Take it. That was good.
That was pretty good. We're getting ready to head out. Man, you look like a rat when you do that.
Oh, don't you say that.
It's not his fault, it's the lens.
Someone's a little angry.
Someone's getting worked up. Look at him. Is he biting you?
He loves me, I swear.
This is how an abusive relationship goes. Sometimes he hurts me, but he loves me. You shouldn't make fun of that. There's nothing funny about that. This guy's just like, I don't know what's going on.
I just let this happen. I'm a horrible person.
Hey, look who surfaced. I feel like we're on an expedition in the wild. The elusive Solly. I'm gonna begin the long drive home, but I've got my sweet. Wait till you hear what I'm listening to. You're not gonna be okay with this. My Phil Collins 2000 something re-release. See you, Benny. All right, I know it's a little dark in here, but just had to show this, or I guess I should say you need to listen to this. That is the stock fans of the Corsair H110i. And holy moly guacamole are they loud. Come on, Corsair. Those are some of the loudest fans on the planet. The cheap fans that came with the anodizei crystal case are way quieter than that. Fail. At least I have more fans. That's the good news. Bad news is, now I have to take it apart and mount it again. It is beyond late. I was out tonight hanging out with my friend Devin, as you saw, with her crazy animals. And I got home pretty late and had to finish editing the video for the AI crystal case. Actually, I had to finish recording it because it was so loud earlier today. I had to do it when I got home, and then after I finished recording it, I had to edit it. So it was, whoa, almost dropped my camera. That'd be bad. It was a whole thing, but I got it done, and it's encoded, and now I can upload it. Let's take a look at the Android phone. This is the Motorola X Pure. I think it's called the Style in some countries. But anyway, notice anything wrong with this? What? So back it goes. There it did it again. So anyway, that was a disappointment. So that has to go back. I hate to say this, but in all of the years of using the iPhone, which I've had since the first generation iPhone, I might add, I took a little bit of a break there between like the 3GS or whatever it was called, and then the iPhone 4S. But other than that, I've had an iPhone for a really long time and never had one arrive like that. So my first foray into the world of Android off to a rough, rocky start. But anyway, good night, good day, productive day. Don't. You can't come up here, the camera's up here. Productive day, got the case video recorded, got it edited, posting it now, it's uploading. Spent some quality time with a friend I haven't seen in far too long. Willie, TUCat is being a problem right now. Spent some quality time with a friend that I haven't seen in a long time, so that was good. Always good to catch up with people that are nice. And I hadn't met her husband before. He's super cool too. So great night all around. Had some chicken and some mac and cheese. Look at that sunrise. That's just awesome. My grass is never this green in mid-September. You see TUCat in the window. Wondering why I'm outside. And of course, Mr. Gnome. It's probably where the cricket's hiding. All right, pretty much at the end of the vlog here. A week and 1 day, I think is how long this one ran. So see how long it ends up being with basically 1 week. I tried to keep any clips to a minimum today, just to make it not be super long. Plus, it wasn't a super exciting day. Up super early, saw the sunrise, took a nap, that kind of thing. Did some cleaning, not enough cleaning. It's still, I mean, look at my desk. Yeah. So, I've got a long way to go here. There's still stuff just sitting out everywhere. One thing I did get done today was putting the Noctua fans up here, so they definitely stand out, but hey, they're quiet. I just need to tweak the fan curve a little bit more in the software for the Corsair Link, but yeah, definitely a big improvement. It's also only 7 o'clock and the sun's like kind of starting to set. Like, that's kind of depressing. It's getting dark kind of early. Got to put my watch on. I'm actually trying to track my steps somewhat, and I took it off and I took a nap and didn't put it back on. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so getting dark, that kind of thing, whatever. Fall should be here, but it's not, it's hot. Heard back from Anades today regarding the case, and they were really great about it. That case is just, I don't know, for some reason I really like it. It's like one of those weird things. I shouldn't like it as much as I do. There's nothing like super crazy about it. It's just tempered glass, but for some reason it just really strikes me. I don't know why. But yeah, I would love to see that case, but those things, you know, tweaked, the expansion card issue and the clearance on the back, have those issues addressed, and I think they'd have a winner on their hands. So I'm just glad I don't have to build in it again. Now I can just enjoy it. So that being said, I had some question and answer stuff that I was gonna do in the last vlog, and I wrote it down, and now I gotta find it on my desktop. Where did I put it? It's on here somewhere. This is the problem. My desktop, it's the same thing with my work computers too. I clean the desktop off, I feel good about it, and then like a month goes by, and then one day it just hits me that half of my desktop is icons, and I gotta sort everything again. That is not the questions and answers. Where did I put that? Maybe I put it in the folder. Was I actually organized enough to put it in the folder? Look at me being organized. Still looking at this first player mechanical keyboard, and yeah. Blue switches, definitely blue switches. The clicky, it kind of surprises me every time I do it still, when I go to sit down and type, because I've been using brown and then the Romer G, and I forgot how clicky those blue switches are. So anyway, I wrote down some things that just have come into either my email, Twitter, Facebook, that kind of thing. I am starting to read the vlog comments again. Someone actually sent me a message and they were like, you really need to read your comments. They're right. At least on the vlogs especially, I really want to be better about going through and trying to keep up. The YouTube thing's just, I actually have to go to the video every now and then to see the comments, because the little notifications thing is buggy. And if I just go into the community page, all of the comments for every video I've ever posted all get put in there. And people are still commenting daily on like the Hyper 212 Evo install video. I get a lot of comments on the H440 videos, and those are a couple years old. So videos I've posted from a long time ago are still getting comments regularly. And they kind of get in the way of the comments for the recent stuff, so I just need to remember to go in and just look at the video to see the comments. So anyway, these are just from other sources. Somebody actually sent me an email with this comment, not really even a question, and they were basically asking why I started vlogging on my channel recently. Am I just trying to cash in on what's popular, and do I plan on doing daily vlogs? And this question actually got me thinking about daily vlogging. And I meant to address it in the last TUVlog because this came in a while ago. And first off, no, I didn't just start vlogging because it was popular. I've been vlogging on this channel since I started the channel. Actually, the first TUVlog, which I never posted, and I still could because I have the full edited thing, the very first one, I got my first subscriber during the vlog. So that's how far back it goes. But I just always knew I wanted to do a vlog with this channel because it gives me an outlet to talk about things that don't necessarily deserve a full video. And then it also lets me just kind of share what's, you know, just kind of going on in general. And for me, it's fun. It's kind of like my own personal journal that I can kind of share with everybody else. And I just like it. I have fun with the vlog. Videos like the Anardy's AI Crystal video, like that's fun too, but in a different way. It needs to be more planned out. There's B-roll to take, there's voiceover to do, there's, you know, doing the build and stuff off camera, whereas the vlog's just more kind of grab the camera, talk, go, have fun, do your thing. I can take it with me. You know, when I went over to, you know, my friend's house the other day, that was fun, you know, being able to just like get her dogs on video and, you know, show her husband getting mad at the dog, things like that, which I think I edited that out, but because I don't think he was like super comfortable with being on the vlog, but I didn't really ask. So I know Devin was cool with it, and the cats and the dogs, they can't really speak for themselves, so they're gonna be on the vlog too. I don't know that TU cat would be cool being on the vlog. But anyway, it's fun. That's what I'm getting at here. I just have fun with it. Going daily, I don't know. That's a lot of work. I have a lot of respect for the people that pull that off doing it daily because it's a lot of work. The problem is it's not just sitting down in front of the camera and talking. You gotta copy the videos to the computer, you gotta edit the audio sometimes, there's some work to do in post, you gotta edit the actual video itself, you gotta watch it back, you gotta upload it to YouTube, you gotta put in the information, you gotta wait for it to process, and then you gotta post it. And you gotta do that over and over and over every single day. But I may still try it, just because, but I've been getting a lot of feedback that you guys like these long vlogs, although the viewer numbers on these are not very good, because I think the length is scaring people away. So I might shorten these down to maybe like 15, 20 minutes and kind of see how that goes. I got the idea for doing vlogging on this channel from all of the years of watching David DeFranco's channel. And I always enjoyed that segment of his channel more than his tech videos. Just, I liked his vlogs. So I thought, well, I'll try it, I'll do that too. And I think there is a unique following of people that watch the vlog versus maybe watch the videos every time. I don't know, my analytics don't go that far into detail, but so that was a very long response to a fairly short question, but yeah, so there you go. I don't know, maybe I'll go daily, maybe not. I am trying to do these more regularly though. I just don't want people to think that the channel's turning 100% into vlogging. It's just I'm not always going to have stuff to review, so it is what it is. Next question, would love to hear your thoughts on a dual E5, so like a Xeon E5 build or home game server. Seems like a lot of power for the money. So no, I don't have any plans to do anything like that. If the parts, you know, fall into my lap, then I would do a build with it, but I'm not gonna go out seeking doing a build like that. I think there's a lot of good videos on the internet right now, and there's a lot of channels that are doing, getting notifications, good budget builds. So those are definitely good to check out. One of the guys that I used to go back and forth with he keeps renaming his channel. No, he doesn't. I think it's just Tech City now. It was Tech Yes City, now it's Tech City. I think he's doing budget builds. What's the Newegg guy? I watch these people and then I can't remember. Paul's Hardware, he typically, I think, does some budget build stuff. Obviously, Tech Syndicate, I think, did something kind of similar to this. Linus did something similar to this. So there's a lot of options out there for that. So I think it's been covered pretty well. As far as like server stuff goes, I did do the free NAS with like, you know, the server board and the ECC memory and all that stuff. And thankfully, fingers crossed, keep running. Yay, still running. Has not gone down, not once. I lost power in here the other day and it shut down when the power shut down and it turned itself right back on. And by the time all the other computers were booted up, that thing was ready to go too. So it's just been awesome. I'm really enjoying that free NAS box. And I do actually have a license, like a Plex license. And I need to get the Plex server stuff installed on there and just kind of start playing around with that, just as like a server to kind of host some videos and stuff. So we'll eventually do that. That's on the horizon. Have you ever set up multiple workstations and NAS setup? I think I just answered that. I've got the FreeNAS. My workstations, this computer, and I would consider the home theater PC to a degree one of my workstations because I use it on a daily basis, and it does have fairly high-end components in it. Those tie into the FreeNAS. I have the drive mapped in the File Explorer, and all of my music links to that, and some of my media content links to the FreeNAS server as well. So it kind of hosts some stuff that both computers in the house can access as needed, so I don't have to store it locally. And that works out really well. Someone says, why did I use air cooling for my 6850K build? Water cooling would have looked and been so much better. Well, that question's kind of outdated. I ended up switching over to water cooling anyway. I went with the Corsair H110i. I really wanted to use that Lictech cooler, but unfortunately I lost the screws that are required for 2011 sockets. And the issue is the Lictech actual pump and cooling block that goes on the CPU, the mounting points for that come out on, there's 4 of them that come out, and you put the screws in there. Well, they're thick. They're really thick. So the screw that would have shipped with those, or with that cooler to go into the 2011 socket, would have had a really long thread on it on the side that would have actually secured the cooler to the motherboard. None of the other ones I have are long enough to work. It was very specific for just that particular all-in-one. So even the mounting brackets, because I looked, the screws that came with the Corsair all-in-one were still too short to use with the Lictech. So it just sucks that I can't use that. It's since been end of life. You can't get it anymore, and anywhere you can find it, it's pretty expensive. And the newer offerings from them, they've definitely cut the quality down quite a bit, basically to the same level as your Corsairs and your NZXTs and all the other ones out there. You kind of have to step up to the next level in that, $250, $300-ish price range to really get the next degree of performance, I think, in liquid coolers. And of course you can go full custom as well. So one day I might step it up from the Corsair. I basically put that in there because I just didn't want the big tower cooler in a case that was 100% basically see-through. I wanted it to look clean, so I ended up biting a bullet and going with that. Unfortunately, the fans that came with it were super loud. I had to change them out, as you saw earlier in this clip. So yeah, I did switch over to water cooling. It does look better. As far as performance goes, it's pretty much on par with the Noctua tower cooler. Last question, why don't I review more monitors? Because nobody wants to send monitors. That's why. Monitors isn't one of those things that I can just kind of buy and look at and then be like, okay, I have an extra monitor. I can do that with keyboards like I did with the Logitech. I'm like, if I don't love it, I'm gonna find a use for it, whether it's me or somebody I know, and I'm out, $50 to $70 because I had a discount on it. Monitors, on the other hand, I would love to take a look at the super ultra wide Dell monitor that they have. I think it might be a suitable replacement for this dual monitor setup I have, but I don't want to shell out the $700 I think that thing is. Is it more than that? How much is that monitor? Yeah, there you go. The Dell Ultra Sharp U3415. This one is that 34-inch curved display, and it is $699 with free 3-day shipping. So I don't want to spend $700 on a monitor and then end up A, maybe not liking it, or B, then what do I do with my other monitors? Because I don't have enough room on this desk. If I would go with a 34-inch curved, I would kind of have to just use that, because with these A5 Plus speakers, there's just not room. It's just too much would be going on. I'd have stuff coming out to literally where this camera is sitting if I did that, and then I wouldn't be able to record because my whole desk, I need to keep this area clear. So then I'd have a 27-inch Dell monitor, my 1440p monitor that I love. What do? Put that on the secondary system? I mean, then I feel like it's just I'm not using it enough, and it's a whole thing. So unless I can get review samples that I would preferably return to the manufacturer, if I can get that going, then I would totally review monitors. But honestly, I really don't want ones that I keep because they're just going to take up room, and I don't want to buy them because then I'm out the money and I'm taking up the room. So if I can get a sample in to look at and return, that would be the optimal situation. If I can get that to start happening, then I'll look at monitors. And let's see, anything else on Twitter? recently. Let's look at that. 421 followers. All right, guys, we're picking up subs on the Twitter. Had a discussion about color grading and like the Lumetri plugin in Premiere Pro Creative Cloud. I don't really color grade all that much. I should, but I don't because I just don't spend the time to do it. And honestly, I am colorblind, so there's always a part of me that's questioning whether or not I'm grading correctly. So, yeah. Oh, the mooncakes. Never did end up obtaining a mooncake, but I did laugh because I happened to be watching the WAN show from this last Friday, and Linus was just going on a rip about mooncakes. So, sorry, A-Data and Charles, I never did find one. But I think that's it. There's not really a whole lot of questions in my Twitter lately. These were all from like 2 weeks ago. So anyway, shoot me more questions. The question and answer time is kind of fun. It's a nice way to kind of wrap up the vlog, I think. And yeah, if maybe if I end up doing these more regularly, I'll have to pick like a day or so to do it. But anyway, I've got to get to editing the vlog now. That always takes an average of 5 or 6 hours, depending on the length of the vlog, because I like to rewatch it as well. So it's 7 o'clock now. If I start now, I might be able to get it done by midnight. So that's the goal. So you know the drill. If you enjoyed this vlog, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button and give it a like. Share this bad boy. Like, let's try to get more people in here watching the vlog. It's a lot of work to do this. I really enjoy it, so it's fun work, but it's still a lot of work. So I'd like to see those view numbers go up a little bit. That would be great. Also, you can follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram. Tech Uploaded on both of those, and Facebook. Let's keep growing the Facebook community. That's facebook.com Tech Uploaded. You know how to find stuff on Facebook. And of course, you can shoot me an email at techuploaded@gmail.com. And I am going to try to do a better job of reading the comments now. So you can also comment down there as well. So you know the drill. Don't be a stranger. Check back soon.